Okay, today I'm back to give you guys another video. Today we're gonna be reviewing a handheld game console. Now this is the RG350M. Sit down, relax, and enjoy my show. Let's start my intro. All right, let's go ahead and start the show. So today we are unboxing the RG350M. Now this is their new model. This one is the metal one, which I think looks really good. That's one of the reasons I picked it up. I've been waiting for something like this, that the construction is a little bit better. And let me show you the box. That's kind of what the system looks like. Has the model number there, RG350M. Now this one comes, those are the specs there. Now this is has DDR2 512 megabytes and 16 gig of built-in capacity memory. Now it does have a 3.5 inch IPS screen and 2500 milliamp battery, which says there's 6 hours of battery life. Now it does support up to 256 gigabyte memory card, which is something that I bought. And if you want me to recommend you a good memory card, check this one out, SanDisk Ultra Micro SD card. This is a 256, and I like using SanDisk the best because I've never had a problem with them. Now I had other problems with other companies where my card goes blank or something happens, but yeah, with SanDisk I haven't had any problems. So I recommend, if you're looking to buy something like this, go with a SanDisk card. That being said, let me show you. This one is going for $149.99. You can pick it up on Amazon. I'm gonna leave links below so you guys can check that out. Now pretty much this system is an emulator handheld, which you can play pretty much anything from like Nintendo all the way to like PlayStation 1. So Sega Genesis, all that, Neo Geo, all that you can play with this. Now I'm gonna explain more on the review. This is the unboxing, so I'm gonna check this system out. I'll play with it for about a week, and then I'll attach the review to this video. So stay tuned. Right after this video, the review should start. So let's go ahead and open it up, see what we get. So we have the system here. Put that to the side, see what accessories we get. So pretty much you get some manuals and a Type-C cable. The cable seems pretty good, actually. Seems pretty strong. All right, let's open it up. Wow, that looks cool. I really dig how it looks. So you have a reset button, your micro SD card slot, and I guess this is it has 2 slots. I don't know why they put tape, I guess so you don't open that up. Seems like that's the power button. On top you do have your R2, R1, and that's pretty much to play PS1 games. You have your HD out, which is your HDMI, and then you have your USB Type-C, and then if you want to connect an OTG, also you do have a headphone cable, which is a plus, your L1 and L2. Now down here we do have some buttons. Let me turn it on, see if it has some juice. And there you go, turned on. Buttons X, A, B, and Y. Start button, select, and then you do have your D-pad. The D-pad feels okay. I felt better, but it feels okay. The The joysticks do feel really nice. They kind of feel like Nintendo Switch, which is high quality stuff. That feels good. The D-pad though feels a little bit stiff. Maybe once you play with it for a while, might be better. But feels good in the hand though. So I'm gonna check this out. Oh, look at that on the back. It does have these silicone material there, I guess, for grip. But so that was my unboxing. Stay tuned and I'll be back with the review. Okay, so we're back, and after about a week of testing the RG350M, now this is a portable handheld console that plays retro games through emulators. Now, this one retails for around $150, but Amazon at the moment has it on sale for $139. Now, there's two colors that you can get, is black and the gray one. Now, we do have the black one here. Now, I was very intrigued to pick this one up because there's a lot of people that were talking about how good it was. But is it worth the money? Let's take a look. Okay, moving on to the accessories. Now, the only accessory that we get with this portable console is a cable. It's a Type-C to Type-A cable, and it's pretty long, so I do like that. Now, I wish we would have got a box to charge the device, but all you do get is the cable. But I think that's more than enough for the system, because when you buy something like the Nintendo Switch, the light one, you don't really get any cases or anything else. I would have wished that they would have gave us some kind of a protective bag or case. That would have been really nice. But for the accessories, I'm gonna give them thumbs up because Type-C is awesome and I like it. So let's move on to the hardware. Okay, moving on to the hardware. Now, the hardware, I do like it a lot. This is pretty much all aluminum or stainless steel, but I believe it's like aluminum. It feels good though in the hand. And you do get two speakers, one on each side. And then down here you have a reset button, and then you have two micro SD cards slots. Now, the controllers here, they feel very nice. They remind me of the Nintendo Switch controllers. Joysticks. Now, the D-pad is okay. I would say just average. It feels a little bit stiff to me, but it's not the worst I've ever tried. The buttons also, they're okay. Not the best I've ever tried either, but they're okay. Start button and select are pretty good. And then you have your R1 and R2 on top, L1 and L2 on the other side. You have an OTG Type-C and another USB. This is where you charge it, and also where you connect it to your computer. That's a 3.5 jack for your headphones, and that's an HDMI, so you can play on your TV. On the back, I do like this silicone material here, so you can grip the device. I do like it a lot. I think the build quality is good. It does have a IPS screen, and I do like it. It looks actually really good when you're playing games. And everybody that I showed this device to, they were pretty impressed with the screen. So I do have to tell you that. The OS is what I'm not really feeling. It's not the best OS. It's kind of clunky. But I'm gonna show you right now some of the emulators that it plays. But before we do that, let me show you my Nintendo Switch next to this device so you guys can see that. Okay, so I brought out my Nintendo Switch just so I can show you how big the system is. So as you can see there, it's even smaller than the screen of the Nintendo Switch. So I just want to show you guys that. You can see there. So yeah, that is a comparison of the RG350M and my Nintendo Switch. Now let's move on to some of the emulators that I can play. Okay, so the first emulator I'm gonna show you guys here is a NES emulator. Now this is a Bubble, and I took the volume out just so you guys can see the gameplay and see that it plays fine on this system. NES plays really good, as you can see there. Very good, right? So let's move on to a different emulator. Okay, so this is X-Men for the Sega Genesis. So as you can see, it's playing the X-Men game for the Sega Genesis. So the emulator is working very good on this system. So I just want to show you some quick gameplay on this system. So everything works pretty good. All right, let's move on to the next system. Okay, so this is the SNES emulator, and as you can see there, it's running Ken Griffey Winning Run very good. Now let me move to some gameplay. Okay, so this is some of the gameplay for the Ken Griffey Jr. game. As you can see there, it looks good. It plays fantastic. And playing through the camera is kind of hard. But as you can see, it still looks good. Hopefully I don't get striked out. There you go. All right, so that was the SNES emulator for you guys. Now let's move on to the next. Okay, so moving on to the next emulator. This is for the PC Engine, or what we call it here, the TurboGrafx 16. Now this is Air Zonk, and as you can see, it looks good and it also plays very nice as well. So the system is pretty good. The screen looks very good too. I do like that. And like I said, the D-pad does feel a little bit stiff. Just keep that in mind. But everything else is pretty good. So let's move on to the next emulator. Okay, the next game I'm gonna show you guys is this is PS1 emulator, and this is Street Fighter EX 2. And as you can see, everything is nice and smooth, so it works great. All right, so this is the gameplay. And the buttons feel pretty good. And So it's pretty hard playing through the camera, but as you can see, I did win, and it looks really good as well. So that was the PS1 emulator. And let me tell you that the PS1 games play really good on this device. I was pretty happy with that. All right, let's move on to the next. Okay, moving on. This is the emulator for Game Boy Advance. And as you can see here, I have a Mortal Kombat Advance playing. And you can see it's very smooth. Very good. Now let's choose Scorpion. And that is the gameplay. Wow, I had no chance. Let's play one more round. See if I can do a little bit better. Wow. So yeah, no chance for that. But that is the emulator for Game Boy Advance, and as you can see, everything played flawlessly. Now let's move on to my final thoughts. Okay, these are my final thoughts. Now, in the beginning of the review, I asked you guys, is this worth the money? And in my opinion, for 150, it is. But let me tell you why. Now, I feel like this system is not for everybody. Now, let me start there. Let me tell you why. If you're not big on emulation or stuff like this, it might be a little bit too hard for you guys to be able to program this device with everything you need. This one has been a little bit difficult, not super hard, but it was just, you know, getting to know the system. And also I want to let you guys know that your memory card that you put in this device, it does have to be on FAT32. Keep that in mind. Now, if you have Windows 10, if you have a memory card that's over 32 gigabytes, you cannot format it to FAT32. You will need a different program for that. So I want to let you guys know that. And if you've never done any kind of emulation, working on any system that does emulation or anything like that, it might be difficult for you guys. Now, if you have done and know how to put ROMs and everything like that, then definitely this is a nice little system. Just the build quality itself is very good, and I think you guys were gonna have a lot of fun with this system. In my opinion, it's well built. It plays the PS1 games very good, so I was happy with that. But I did notice that, you know, some PS1 games ran a little bit slow, not all of them. And then also, I didn't find a way to get out of the PS1 menu. So I had to be resetting every time I finished playing a PS1 game, which was kind of whack. I didn't like that, but yeah. Also, the Neo Geo emulator, I feel like it's not that great either. And this system does play Nintendo 64 games, but you do need to download the emulator as it doesn't come with the system. I feel like it's easier for you to get a Android device and get the emulators there, and it's easier to program, and it's nicer with the OS. And even if you get a nicer phone or a tablet, the games will run a little bit better than this, but this one is still good. And like I said, I do like that the portability, the joysticks, the screen is nice. So I still think that $150 is pretty good. But again, if you want to program it yourself and you've never done it, make sure you go look at videos and walkthroughs online, because it's not the friendliest system to put ROMs and stuff like that. So I want to let you guys know, but I still would recommend it. I still think it's a very nice system. And like I said, it's all aluminum. So even if you have the RG350, the regular plastic one, and you want to upgrade this one, just the build quality is really good. I do like it a lot. So that was my unboxing and my review. Check out all my videos, subscribe, thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time.